Well, I appreciate everybody coming today. It's been a long 4 or 5 days for me as the new coach of New Mexico. This is a sad day, but a great day. Tony's got a decision he wants to make, and I'll let him take it from there. You know, he's done a lot of great things for our program. In 3 years he's been here, I was fortunate enough to watch him kind of grow as a player and grow as a person. I recruited him a lot, so I think everything that we promised him that was going to happen has come true. He's gotten better every year. He's done great academically. He's done great socially. He's been a model citizen for our program, and these are one of the days you hate to see come, but it's a great day for our program when another guy gets to take a chance to go forward. So I'll let Tony speak, and then if anybody has any questions after that, we'll take it from there.
Well, I planned on, putting my name into the draft. It's definitely a hard decision since, Coach Harford left and Coach Neal being a head coach and all the things they helped me with the resources and everything. All the information they gave me from the NBA prospects, I feel pretty comfortable that it's good for me to leave. Like, in my heart, I feel like it's good for me to leave. And through this whole process, it's been real difficult, talking to my teammates about how I feel and thanking them for helping me get better since day one, pushing me to get better and be a more leader and helping me academically. And thanking the fans for supporting me all the way. That's about it.
So, Tony, why leave now? I mean, a lot of people would think, you got the whole starting five coming back, great team, new coach. It might be a good time to kind of raise your stock even more. Why now? Why not?
I feel like in my heart, I think it's time for me to go because I think I'm good enough to play the next level.
Have you been hearing from scouts and NBA personnel? What have they been telling you?
They've been telling me that I'm good enough to play, but of course they say I have to get stronger and everything. That's something I'm looking forward to doing.
What are some of the things they've told you as far as they want you to work on, or they feel like you're strong in this area? What did they say to you that actually makes you feel really comfortable about playing?
They told me that I'm good enough to play on their team. All I gotta do is just keep getting better every day and keep getting stronger and keep developing and learning.
Tony, obviously the big risk that everybody talks about is if you're not a first-round pick, you're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed a roster spot, or you're not guaranteed any NBA money. That's a risk, obviously, you and your family have weighed. How much did that come into play, actually, where you'll be drafted, whether it be first round, second round, or maybe even undrafted?
Well, it definitely something I thought about a lot, but it's something I feel like I could take that risk.
And if you're not drafted, you're still confident that through the summer league and getting into a camp.
Yes, sir.
Is that where your confidence?
Yes, sir.
Right now that you'll still make the team?
Yes, sir.
Tony, was this a possibility all season, or did it really start to come to life after the Mountain West Conference?
After the Mountain West Conference, I felt like, it was good for me to, try to get in there. Even before Coach Harford left, just it's been in my head ever since after the season, after the tournament. So
prior to the tournament, you didn't put much thought into the NBA?
I put a little thought to it, just a little thought to it, and then it grew like as information that kept coming in. So I felt a little comfortable.
Well, you mentioned
Can you talk about your excitement about doing this? I mean, everybody's pointing out that it's a risk and all this, but don't you have some excitement about this because this is like a lifelong pursuit?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm definitely excited. It's something I've been striving since day one. Ever since coming here, the coaches helped me get better every day. Getting stronger, and I feel like this has been a dream come true. This is right here in front of me.
What are some of the things you feel like personally you need to do as far as you?
Well, personally, just strive to get better. Never get satisfied with my game. Just constantly get better every day, and just go from there.
You mentioned Coach Neal getting the head coaching job. How much of that did complicate your decision?
It was definitely difficult when he became head coach. It definitely encouraged me to stay because me and him had a great relationship together, and I just decided that it's good for me to leave.
And just so you guys know, we've done a lot of homework. I mean, Tony's been in my office for several days. We've called about every NBA team. We've done our due diligence on information. He's heard the good, he's heard the bad. So You know, it's a situation where we try to gain as much information for his family, and this has always been Tony's dream. So I think, you know, he's just looking at it as a chance for him and an opportunity. So we're going to support him. We're going to wish him well. He's meant a lot to our program, which I said earlier, and we just want the best for him, and this is the decision his family's made.
Coach, in your case, you dealt with this as an assistant coach, I understand, and you obviously have plenty of NBA ties.
Right.
As a head coach, though, can you talk about how hard it is knowing that the advice you're giving a student athlete like Tony is going to hurt next year's team, at least to a certain extent?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the information we got back wasn't all positive. I mean, I want him to stay, yeah. I mean, you always want your players to stay as long as they can. And, you know, Tony's family and Tony's decided that this is the best decision for him. And we're going to support that. We've always had a goal where we're going to try to have all our players reach their full potential. And Tony feels like he's reached it and wants to take a shot at it. It's been his dream. You know, it's not one of those things that we like to see happen, but hopefully he'll go on to bigger and better things, and it's just going to be a reflection of our program.
And in your experience, drawing back on your NBA experience, more coaching and playing, does Tony have the type of game that can make an NBA roster?
Yeah, he's very talented. He can handle the ball. He can shoot the ball. We've talked to Tony several times. Tony knows he needs to get a little stronger, and he's gotten stronger over the years. There's some things he can do on the stat line, like he knows he needs to rebound better, but, you know, Tony can shoot the ball, and he's going to have an opportunity somewhere. It's just like I told him in the offense earlier. I said, now you realize this is a different deal. You don't have us to protect you and teammates to protect you, and you're out there and you're trying to reach the highest level. So, you know, it's going to be a challenge for him. We're going to help him. He's going to get to work right away, and then we'll see what happens. But we're excited for him at the same time. But our team's going to rebound. We got everybody coming back besides Tony. We got a lot of players that are going to have a chance to play at that next level. And that's one thing we strive as a program, not only to help them get their degree and get a great education, but also to play at the next level. So, you know, we're really excited for Tony.
You say everyone back, does that include Alex? You've heard from him, but
Well, this is about Tony. This isn't about anybody else on our team. So hopefully you can respect that. This is about Tony's decision.
Coach, what is some of the feedback that you've gotten from these NBA teams? And have you heard anything about Tony's draft stock and where he could possibly be?
Well, I think Tony's anywhere from mid-second round down. Can he work his way up the draft? Yes, I think he can. Tony's a very confident person, and you never know. Once somebody puts their mind to it with a lot of talent, anything could happen. So I know his goal is to get drafted and get drafted as high as he can, but he's going to work forward to do that, and hopefully we'll be there to support him, and he has success with that.
Tony, kind of the same question to you, Tony, about draft stock and what you've heard about your stock in the draft. What's been the feedback you've heard on that?
Well, what I heard is I'm like late first round, like early second round, and kind of down. But, you know, I feel pretty confident I can work my way up and prove myself.
You have a bunch of workout schedules and stuff like that. You're gonna prove yourself that way.
Yeah.
Talk about how busy that's gonna be, because you know what your schedule's like.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty busy, but, you know, I'm willing to take that, you know, to get where I want to be at.
did you talk to guys like Hobson or other guys that you know that have kind of made that jump?
Yeah, I talked to former players.
And what they say?
Some of them said to stay, some of them said feel like whatever your heart is telling you, you should do. So I'm doing what my heart is telling me.
Tony, are you still planning to get your degree?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's never an issue. Like I'm gonna come back and get my degree.
So you are just, for the rest of this month, you're focusing on the NBA.
Uh-huh.
So have you officially disenrolled this semester?
Yes.
You talk with Kawhi, he's giving you any pointers, something you guys put together.
Yeah. He gave me a couple points. He just said like, yeah, I think you're good enough to play at this level, so just give it a shot.
How much, speaking of Kawhi and your other friend Jamal, obviously, how much did you talk with them about this decision?
We talked to it like even like mid through the season, like after the tournament. You know, they like called me and talked to me and said like, what do you think you should do? You know, I think you're good enough. So we just discussed that.
I know this will be a decision that he can make, but I'm curious if Jamal has given you any hints what he's going to be doing.
He gave me a couple pointers that he might be leaving too. So.
Tony, Coach said that, you know, a lot of what you heard was good from NBA personnel, some that was not so good. what was your reaction to, you know, the negative evaluations that you would hear?
That's just something that I know I need to work on, so it's nothing new.
Do you see yourself at the next level more of a, I mean, the guy who called the Mountain West Championship game, Reggie Miller, some people saw you coming off screens in that game thinking that's your role at the next level. I know, talking with some other people that know you really well, ball handling and maybe even more of an Anthony Hardaway type mold is what you kind of thought coming out of high school or prep school. I'm curious what you see yourself as. Is there a player you kind of think you are at the next level?
I think I'm a good enough player. I don't compare myself to anybody, but I think I'm a good enough player to be good enough to produce and play hard.
Any team showing some extra interest in you, and is there a team that you would love to play for if you had the choice?
I love to play for any team, you know. Just give me that chance to play for them, and I'll be the best player I can be.
When were you 100% sure? Just talk about, like, did you ever waver on it or anything like that?
Like, I was 100% sure when I was, like, during the weekend, like, I had to sit and think about it and talk to a couple family members and my AU coach, and they told me, like, yeah, I told them, like, yeah, I'm ready.
Did you already hire an agent?
No, not yet.
Can you talk about that call you made to Coach Neal?
Yeah, I was very nervous, you know, but, you know, I know how to make it happen, you know. It's pretty sad because, you know, me and him are very close, and I don't want to, you know, just leave him like that, but I feel it feels right to let him know.
Coach, can you talk about getting that call?
Wasn't fun. It wasn't a fun call, but no, Tony's always, I mean, we've been pretty close, and he's relied on me. And I just told him, I said, if it's in your gut to go and you've decided, just let me know. And he called me on Friday night, and we had a good talk. Didn't really try to talk him out of it. Said, I'll support you. We've talked since then a couple times, and I just put everything out on the table so he realized what he was getting into. And it's a unique situation here because I was a scout for 6 years, part of a team that drafted Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady out of high school. I ran all the draft workouts, so I've been in those rooms. I know what goes on. So I try to give Tony as much information, what's on feedback. I mean, you know, it's one of those things. I made a lot of calls, and he's, you know, he got to see a lot of notes that I'd taken from a lot of general managers, and it's just, you know, I think he wants to do it. You know, I think he wavered once I got the job, out of respect for me. He's got great respect for Coach Alford, and it's one of those decisions that his family's made, and you know, he's not going to look back.
Coach, how many scholarships now with Tony leaving do you have to fill, and now the recruiting career coming up and everything?
Right now, I think we have 3.
Coach, how important are those, you know, individual workouts that these teams will give to Tony and these workouts as far as from a scouting perspective?
Well, it's going to be important, and they won't be individual workouts. They'll be workouts with other players. So it'll be a chance for Tony to raise up and rise himself up to the occasion and hopefully improve his stock. I told him today that he's got a pre-draft thing in Chicago that I'll attend just so I can help him if people want to talk to me about Tony, which, you know, I'll give him some support there. But he'll have a whirlwind coming up about workouts and going against different guys at his position. So he's going to have opportunities, and I just told him, I said, you got every day. It's going to be an opportunity that you got to make a statement, and hopefully he will.
Tony, if it doesn't work out, how likely is it that you go overseas or look to stay here in the States and maybe look at the D League?
Well, you know, it's something I'm willing to take. You know, playing the sport that I love. So, but my main focus is NBA. If it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. I'm willing to take, you know. I've been thinking about, you know, the pros and cons, and I'm willing to take that risk.
Coach, how does this affect your immediate plans moving forward with the team?
Well, it affects you a little bit because you got a guy that's all-league player. We got a great group coming back. Recruiting's definitely picked up now that Tony's declared for the draft. So, you know, we got some people we're recruiting, and you know, our biggest thing today is just to support Tony. I don't think it's going to change the way we play. We're still going to try to do some things different, speed it up, and we got some great guys back. You know, we got Kendall and Alex and Hugh and Cam, and we got some role players that they're going to play bigger roles, and they got to improve, and that's going to be my job starting tomorrow when we get back on the floor for workouts.
Coach, what does Tony have that makes him NBA quality, and what do you see that he needs to do to improve his style?
Well, I think he's got great size for a guard. He's long. He can finish at the rim. You know, Tony, I tell Tony all the time, he's got to be a little bit more aggressive. You know, he's got to rebound the ball. We've always talked to him about rebounding, so he knows that. One thing that Tony does do that a lot of people struggle to do is shoot the ball. And he can shoot the ball with guys, he can create space, but he's got great range, and he's going to have a chance.
How has his defense has developed over time here?
It went from putting him on the weakest player to putting him on the toughest player. So he's definitely improved in that, but he's done a good job. I think that just comes with maturity. But he's grown, he's matured, he had a great year this year, and you know, we're just looking forward to his future.
Coach, how much is that the defensive development help Tony going into the league?
Well, I think it helps him a little bit because I think he's picked up our principles and he understands what we've done. We've always been a good defensive team, and Tony realizes there's defensive rules in the NBA that we don't have in the college level. So he'll have to learn that. That'll be an adjustment, but you know, he's willing to take that step, and we'll see what happens.
Tony, do you see your role in the NBA as being a defensive stopper or a scorer of both? What are you kind of looking at going forward?
Anything that I can help with. If the coach tells me to do something, I'm doing my best to try to do it.
Craig, is there anybody on the roster that you anticipate filling that starting role, or is it an open competition?
I just think we're just going to see what happens when the season starts. We're going to start workouts tomorrow. We got a lot of good guys coming back, so it'll be exciting to see. But we're just hoping Tony has great success, and you know, we're really happy that he's come to this decision because it's for his family and he's excited about it. So we have to be excited. We're just going to support him, and our program's going to go on. It's one thing, we have a program, and Tony knows that we're going to win a lot of games, and he's always going to be a part of our program.
Coach, a lot of fans are excited about the upcoming year, obviously.
Right.
And obviously, you guys are just going into postseason workouts after this season.
Right.
What kind of timeline are you looking at to be able to make those kind of decisions as to who's going to fill the roles that have kind of emptied out? And
We won't jump into that. We're in the process of recruiting some good young players for here that we're recruiting right now. It picks up on Thursday, so it'll be a process, but we won't make any decisions fast.
So you won't really have any ideas until like the time around the Australia trip, and you maybe not.
I won't know until after that. I mean, we probably won't know that till the start of the October. So it's one of those things that we'll just see what happens. I know we have 4 guys back that'll be in those spots, but we'll see what happens with the other spot.